What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, thank you for tuning in. Today I got a really interesting install we're going to be doing on the STI. Very excited to get this done. We're going to be adding a camera to the front bumper of the STI. It's going to be very useful and a very handy thing to have on the car. Little fun fact for you guys, the STIs and the WRXs that have the steering responsive headlights, they already come pre-installed with the bumper camera from factory in Japan and Australia. The US market did not get that pre-installed into the car. Don't ask me why. I guess they all think that we're super good drivers and we'll never crash our bumpers onto the curbs. So these cars are already set up to have a bumper camera, but they just do not come with it from the factory. Now, the way that I found out about this, I was doing some reading on the forums and I came across this post by Andrew, which is the creator of this harness that I'm about to show you guys. He was talking about how he was able to figure out how to actually make the front camera work on the bumpers of these cars. So he knew that the Japan and the Australia models had the camera already, but he was wondering why the US models did not. So he did a little bit of research, looked at the diagrams, the schematics, and he found out that the connections are still inside of this car to be able to connect the camera up. There's just no harness to be able to do it. So Andrew took it upon himself to make a harness that will actually work with the front bumper, these cars, and the camera, and make everything work OEM just like it should. And after making that harness and everything was working properly, lots of people on the forums were asking him if they can make him one so they can do the same mod onto their car. He agreed to make the harnesses for those people. Then more and more people were asking about it, and he just decided he's going to make a bunch of those and put them up for sale for anybody that is interested in doing this mod to your own car. As soon as I saw that he was making the harnesses and he was actually selling them, I had to pick one up. If you guys do want to buy this harness and do this mod to your own car, hit up 12voltmods.com, and that is where you will be able to purchase the harness by Andrew. You can also hit him up on Instagram by the same name. I'll link both of those down in the description if you guys are interested, so you guys can go ahead and check that out and buy it for yourself. You could also actually find him on eBay. That is where I found him at first. Purchased it there, started getting in contact with him, and found out that he's got that website, Instagram, all that stuff. So go check him out, give him some love, go buy that harness if you guys are interested. Huge shout out to you, Andrew. Good job on the harness. Now let's go ahead and get this thing installed, show you guys how this works, how it functions, how easy it really is to install it. So let's get to it. So before I get this front bumper removed, because we do have to remove it, I want to show you guys something. So there's no modifications that you guys have to do to your front bumper to make this work. As you guys can see, right there is already a little cutout to put the camera into. It's just a little plate that they put in there to block that off. All we got to do is take this bumper off, take that little plate off from the back, and then put the new camera in. It's going to be a super easy install. It's going to be seamless. It's going to look great. I'm really excited to get this done. So let's go ahead and remove this front bumper. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what is in these boxes. One of them is the harness, and the other one is the OEM Subaru front bumper camera. These are the 3 little screws that we're going to need to remove just to get this little piece to come out. Let's remove that, and then let's go ahead and open those boxes. Let's get this guy opened up. This is what the actual camera looks like itself. Should be a pretty easy install. Let's install this to the bumper, and then let's get that harness out. So just line up all the holes and get those original screws back in there. Nice and tight, it's not going to go anywhere. Now let's open up the other box. This right here is what the harness looks like. Should be a very easy and simple plug and play solution right here. Good quality too. He even adds installation instructions with the package but I'll show you guys how to get this installed. So make your way to the right side of the car where the washer fluid reservoir is. Now right on top of the reservoir is going to be this gray connector. Let me get some light in there and show you guys what it looks like. So that gray connector that you see on the middle of the screen, go ahead and unplug that and then grab the T-harness. If you're having trouble disconnecting that plug, just loosen your windshield washer reservoir and it should move out of the way a little bit, just enough for you to get your hand in there and unplug that. I took the clip out really quickly just to show you guys exactly where to press onto this connector to disconnect it. If pressing down on the tab and pulling apart does not work, just grab a flathead or something to help get that prong up that's holding the connector in place. Lift it up a little bit and it should disconnect. There we go. Now that we got that disconnected, grab your T-harness and let's start plugging that guy in there. So you guys will see this is what it looks like. There's a male and a female end here. Just go ahead and plug it into the opposite connectors that you just unplugged and you should be all good to go. So plug the small connector into the big connector and then the big connector into the small connector. Now that we got that plugged in, the last end goes into the actual camera. So right now I'm just temporarily connecting it all just to double check that everything works. We're going to go ahead and test out the camera now. If everything looks like it's working properly, we're going to go ahead and unplug everything, do some wire management, plug it all back in, and put the bumper back on. Okay, so inside of the car, the front camera will display on this top screen right here where your boost gauge is. So go ahead and put it into accessory mode. Yo, peep that footwell lighting. Looks so good. Okay, so to activate the camera, all you have to do is press the enter button, I believe. So let's try that. Oh, look at that, it works. Cool, so that works perfectly. Let's do some wire management here, and then we're gonna put the bumper back on and show you guys what that looks like with everything in place. So I just wanted to mention really quick for how to wire this up. So this connector is designed to go onto your crash beam that is behind the bumper. I don't have that anymore, so I'm gonna have to just figure out a different way to route this. But there's a little clip on there that just clips onto your crash beam from the back. You just wanna go ahead and route that, clip that on there, and then you should be able to connect the two wires together wherever you have the other one routed. So just do your best at trying to route everything nice and neatly so there's no loose wires in the engine bay. Make everything secure. And try to make it easy to disconnect if you ever have to disconnect your bumper, so you can easily unplug that and take your bumper off. And we are all finished. It's nice and low key, you can't really tell there's a camera there. I mean, you can if you're really looking hard, but it doesn't stick out or anything. Sweet, now let's go into the car and let's see what it looks like with the bumper on. Okay, let's test it out. Let's put the car into accessory mode. Now by hitting enter right here, should be able to activate the camera. Yep, there we go. Looking real nice. It also does come on automatically if you go from reverse to first gear. So for example, I'm in reverse right now. You can see my reverse camera. Then if you put it into first gear, the camera comes on. So I'll do that one more time, but showing you the actual screen. So I'll go into reverse right now. As you guys can see, the reverse. I'm gonna go into first gear and it automatically switches to the front view camera, which is an awesome feature. It's also very handy if you're parallel parking, because if you're going from reverse to first gear to reverse again, it'll actually display both of the cameras right here. So if you're parallel parking, that'll definitely help you out right there. Very nice feature. It's on a little timer, so it'll shut off automatically after a little bit of time goes by. Another way to automatically make it shut off is just by hitting the enter button again. It'll go away. So let's say you're in reverse, so then you go into first gear. It will automatically shut off after a certain speed that the car reaches. Once it reaches that speed, it will go ahead and shut off and show you your other display. So if you're just pulling up to a parking spot, all you got to do is hit the enter key and it'll stay on for about 3 minutes, I believe. So it will stay on for a good amount of time, enough time for you to park, get out of the car and all that good stuff. This will definitely be very helpful in preventing me damaging my front lip, especially if you have carbon fiber or anything like that in the front of your car. This is super useful. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, huge shout out to Andrew for creating this harness. I will go ahead and link him in the description for you guys to be able to go check that out, purchase that for yourself. I will also leave a link in the description where I found this camera, so that way you guys can purchase it for yourselves as well. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Like the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good day, everybody.